Hello, welcome back again. Would you like to go over what happened with both you and Benna last time?
Sure. I believe we started out in the market. We were looking for a job. We looked at the job board, had several jobs to choose from. The first job we chose to do was to go over to the uh lost the name of it. Halls of Justice and collect a message to discreetly deliver it to Blackstaff Tower. We did so, came back to the Halls of Justice, collected the reward. Then we went over to the Great Drunkard to figure out where we would need to go for another mission. Turns out it was down in the south by Cage Street on Waterdeep Way. So we went down there to, I believe it was Dragon's Keep Inn, I believe was the name of it,
Yes.
where we killed a bunch of rats. 7, I believe.
Yes, 7 of them.
Then we went down to the dock ward, got some fish guts and whole fish, went back to the Great Drunkard, dropped it off as a thank you for information to the NPC. Then we went to the south of the Great Drunkard in the Castle Ward to a uh, looked like a wizard or a scribe of some sort
Hmm.
who had claimed that he lost a black book. We walked along his path that he walks home and to work on to look for the book with detect magic active and did not find anything. Uh, got to his house area, the block that he lives on, did not find anything there.
Right.
And we were getting ready to start looking at other places of potential location for this book.
Excellent. Um, so that was the note taker. So you already have a DM inspiration point, a heroic inspiration point. Which character do you want to give one to?
Um, we'll do uh the fairy, the green fairy.
Excellent. Okay. Doot doot. Neat. And I marked that already. Okay.
Okay.
So you're up here with Benevere. What's the plan for you two? All right, at least you, and I'll make a rational decision based off your decision.
I'll say um I have a couple leads to take down if you want to try to figure out some things on your end, maybe look around with your abilities, take that path again, and double check, and we'll meet back up at the Great Drunkard.
Okay,
Just let um, Myra, I think was her name,
correct.
know that I'll cover your room if you want a separate room, or you can just hang out in my room. I have it prepaid.
Okay, sounds good. I'll scout around up in this block that we're currently in, and then walk the path. down and back and down again, and then go back to the inn. So I'll do it twice, just to make sure.
Alright.
And she will go ahead and do that. So I'm just gonna drag them somewhere, apparently. Okay, good. I didn't drag them too far away. Great. All right. What is your goal? What's your plan? Direction?
I am going to walk down, find my way to House of Wonder,
Okay.
and check there. And then I will go through the Thieves Ambush alley and see if I can bait anyone into interacting with me to gain information from them. Oops.
Okay.
And then I will head down to the Halls of Justice, see if I can find any information there. Blackstaff Tower, see if I can find any information there. I'll head back across to the Great Drunkard, unless I get further information in one of those places that might lead me to, like, say, the market to talk to somebody that buys creepy books.
It buys creepy books. Yes. Accurate depiction. Okay. Uh. Nice. Okay. Let me do another one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Heck. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. Alrighty then, that's fine.
How many times did I die?
We'll find out.
Finish eating it. I don't care if you're hungry enough for it.
But I want to ask for dessert later. Okay. So, you follow the path that you went. You go past. I want to move you, actually. Beep, boop, bop, boop, beep, boop, bop, bop, boop. As you're walking along the streets going towards the House of Wonder, you keep an eye out for potential interactions, anything that could be noted as suspicious or curious. So let's do a investigation check, because I think that I don't want to voluntarily have you suffer for no reason by doing perceptions. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, from what you're going towards and your occupational goal, as you have verified earlier with both you and Brenna, that pathway has nothing or nobody that's notable along your pathway at the moment. So that area is double checked as clear.
Okay.
When you arrive at the House of Wonder, as it is the 9th. The next day, if I look at this correctly, tomorrow is the weekly middle school cantrip session.
All right.
So not today, but so when you go in there today, why don't you roll a investigation check or perception? So probably investigation with advantage. Uh, there are a lot of people around in there today. A lot of people who are at desks studying books, going over notes, trying to better themselves in a magically arcane slash academic manner. Um, there do not seem to be anything that resembles a solid black book. There are a mixture of conjuration and necromantic. Uh, if you were to have, I think detect magic is a ritual, right?
Yes, it is a ritual, and
Uh,
I do have the ability to cast ritual.
yeah. So I believe that you would, if unless I'm wrong, because you did it up there, I figured you would continue that process.
Um, so I just expended a spell slot to cast it,
Okay.
but I think we had established that I would have it for a very long period of time compared to how long it took to go up there and investigate. So I don't know how much
Right,
time
but also you mentioned
after
that you were
that.
going to do not a quick pace to make sure that it actually was clear. So we can
Yeah.
say that it has enough to get to the end of when you exit this building, and then it'll go away.
Okay.
So you could spend 10 minutes to do it again while
I
you're
would.
here. Okay. Um, before it runs out from the initial casting, you do notice 3 instances that are the mixture that you're talking about. One of them is so with the investigation that you're going through, none of them end up being solid black. But that doesn't mean that they weren't altered somehow. So you are free to.
Are there people carrying these, or are they just loose sitting on shelves?
One of them is loose on a shelf, another is open being read, and the third is inside somebody's backpack while they're looking at a variety of other books.
Okay. Um, let's see. How to do this. I'll walk up to the one that's on the shelf. I think you said shelf or table.
There's a shelf, one open on a table, and then one in a backpack.
Okay. I'll go up to the one on the shelf and investigate it, see if it seems to be the book that I'm looking for.
Sure. To start off, it's red with gold filigree and normal kind of beige-ish paper. And the title talks about deliberating on the spot using my brain. Uh, what could I mix? Um, dang, brain stump.
Your
um,
brain just went completely dead.
yeah. So we'll do, because it's not necessarily the focus. We'll do restoring withered plants.
I would just set it back down.
Cool.
At this point, I'm not here to study. I'm here to accomplish a job, and I'm on a time crunch.
Sounds good.
So then I would go over to the individual who has the book open.
Okay.
And I would just say, "Excuse me, sir," or "ma'am," assuming I would be able to identify their gender.
It's the guy. Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Um, Excuse me, sir. I am currently doing a job to find a book that is similar in design to yours. Would you mind if I looked at that book for a few? It should only take a few seconds.
Uh, roll persuasion check.
Okay, my strong suit.
You might get high.
Natural one.
He like covers it quite quickly and stacks books on top of it and around it to like prevent you from seeing what it is and what it's about. He's not in like the center of the. He's up against one of the tables at a wall, so people can't really sneak up behind him for it.
Okay. Um, while he's stacking that, can I see it?
Oh, well, sure, absolutely. Do a perception check. I'm trying to not make you suffer from the character build you made.
No, make me suffer. I made the character build. I have to play it the way that
There you
it's
go,
played.
a -1. As he
Okay.
was pulling it away, it looked like an absolute blur. So it was just the text seemed to almost move and cause them to just turn into a line of white text on this kind of dark green, solid colored book.
Okay. Would I be able to use my uh, connection to nature to see if this individual is behaving as if he is trying to hide something or if he is just like
I understand what you're
protecting?
trying to do, but that's still an insight.
Okay.
I appreciate you trying to phrase it in a way that would be nature. Um, I suppose instead, here, let's look at all these options that you have for stats. Insight, I mean, at least it's a -1 instead of everything else. Um,
Right. The reason I was going for nature is I was trying to analyze body language and, the
yeah,
human nature aspect of it.
unfortunately, the human nature and body language is still insight.
Yeah, I know. It was a close
I know
try.
you were trying to get a +5 instead of a -1.
Which would have been
Um,
a really good roll.
yeah. Give me a second. I'm gonna use the restroom. You can do another insight check with just another one, and take the higher of the
Okay.
two. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
All right. So he's with your 16. He is definitely hiding something, and it's due to embarrassment.
Hmm. And with my detect magic, it is a magical book. It's
Of
not
conjuration and necromancy,
okay.
which is why it stood out to you in the first place, because you don't care about any other combination of books.
Right. Okay. So out of embarrassment. All right. Um, I will say I would like to sit down across from him and say, "Look, man, I'm just trying to do a job. No reason to be embarrassed. I'm just trying to figure out if the book that you have, whether you found it or whatever, is the book that my employer hired me to find. If it is, then it's not rightfully yours. I'll take it and be on my way. If it isn't, then I'll be on my way and I won't have to say anything to anybody about what it was.
All right. This is gonna be
During that conversation, I would slowly be trying to get my hand onto it from the other side of like the table, like inching closer.
um. He's going to do a crackle of fireworks in front of your eyes, quickly using prestidigitation. Give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Can I purposefully fail the perception check to not see the sparkles? Because I have shitty vision and I'm not even paying
No,
attention to
it's
it.
not that. It's because they
Okay.
are there that you are being distracted by something else. From something else happening.
How can I be distracted by something that I can't even see? My perception is so bad I wouldn't even see the distraction that is
Then
supposed to be using my
how would
perception to
you know which
distract
book
me.
you're supposed to be reaching towards?
I remember where it was. You never said I couldn't see it walking up. I saw where it was sitting on the table.
Oh yeah, it was open.
And then he stacked stuff on top of it. So I'm just going for the what would be the black book at the bottom of the stack.
Um,
So
disadvantage.
seeing light, seeing light or anything like that, I would immediately just try to snatch it.
Okay. Do a since there's like light and other books around. Do a sleight of hand disadvantage,
Okay.
and then
Um.
he's gonna do a sleight of hand straight to contest it, which means you're probably gonna end up getting it because he doesn't have advantage. Oh, neat.
Wow.
That's not you though, even though that's my token or your token.
Right.
He slips it into a bag of holding.
Okay. Can I grapple him?
Absolutely. You don't. You don't need to ask permission for that. You could just say I grapple.
Well, I don't know if he is if the distraction had led him to be able to grab it and get away.
Oh, he didn't leave. He just shoved it inside a bag of holding that was draped around his shoulder.
Okay.
He's trying to hide the book from you. That's what's
So he
happening.
needs to do a dexterity or a strength saving throw.
Both of them will be a 0 edition. Oh, I have to use a thing against it, so I'll just roll a straight die. Nah, I failed. He's grappled.
Okay. Look, little fucker, you're getting a little fucking shady. And I'll shink my claws out and not scratch him, but just shink him out so he knows that I have a really firm grip and I can scratch the shit out of him if I want, knowingly not drawing a weapon in this place. And
Give me a perception check straight.
okay, I will also cast message to him and say, if you want to make a scene, I can make a scene. I'm a turtle. Natural one.
Yeah, so I'm not going to provide any information. Um, because of where he put the book, the detect magic aspect has disappeared. Is that trace is not there anymore.
That's fine.
Yeah, just extra information because that's not a perception that's like a annoying visual highlight. Um, intimidation check.
Okay.
um, advantage because grapple and claw.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay. He's just going to kind of go limp and not say anything.
Okay. I reach into his bag of holding and grab the book out.
Um, let's look up how a bag of holding works. Because from my understanding, you have to know the like exact object, not just grab the book
A
that's a
black book.
okay.
If it's not the one, I'll throw it and reach back in, grab another black book. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that over and over again until I get what I want.
Okay. Um, hold on. Let me verify. I don't think it's tied to the person who owns it. I just want to make sure.
It shouldn't be. But even if it is, I'll tip it upside down and open it,
Yes. Um,
and everything will fall out. But I'll try reaching in and just grabbing the book first.
okay. Give me a description of the object that you're pulling out.
A black book with conjuration and necromancy magic.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
No book comes out.
I'll flip the bag over and open it.
When you flip the bag upside down, nothing happens.
Roll an arcana check to see if I know how a bag of holding works.
Yep.
Because I believe if you flip a bag of holding open
I'm looking at it.
and upside down, it's supposed to empty all of its contents.
There's specific wording in it. Okay, yeah. So yours is if it's overloaded, pierced, torn, ruptured, and is destroyed. If the bag is turned inside out, not just flipped upside down. So you have to like invert it.
Oh, okay.
Then the
Um,
contents spill forth unharmed, but the bag must be put right back again before it can be used again. So it won't damage it if you like turn a sock inside out.
okay. I will look at him and say, "Am I gonna need to rip this bag apart to get this book, or are you going to cooperate?"
That's another intimidation with advantage. Neato. Um, he will pull the book out. Okay, fine. When he pulls the book out, it's dark green with the mixture of conjuration and necromancy, and it seems to be talking about necrophilia and animating dead bodies.
Oh, okay. I'll close the book, put it back in his bag of holding, and I'll pull him real close and say, "If you make a scene, I'll make a scene. Necrophilia is probably frowned upon
I mean,
in polite society." And I'll shink my claws back in, but not let him go, and just kind of squeeze his arm a little bit more. I suggest you sit back down and read your books and let him go.
okay. With the intimidation check that you have, which is a -2, where are you getting the +2 from? Is that proficiency?
Proficiency, it's a -4 +2.
Help! I broke it. Okay. Heck yeah. Good. He doesn't make a scene, he just kind of lets it go. He just
Okay.
opens his. When you turn around, almost the entire place is staring at you.
Okay.
That's what the perception with the -2 was.
Oh, so I already caused the scene?
Yep.
Okay, that's fine. Do I see the other person? If I search around my surroundings, I wanna see if I can detect that book, the
uh,
3rd book in the group.
do a d6. On a 1, it's still there. Neat. Yeah, that source is gone. It's just the one on the shelf and the one in the. Now,
Could roll a history to see if I know where it went?
yeah, or what the person looks like, just depending on how high your roll is. I don't think knowing where it went, but what they look like. Never mind. Um, well, obviously they left, so if you leave now, you can probably find them quick.
Alright. Yeah, I'll not obviously run out, but I will walk quickly out and then try to look around, see if there's any sign of a trail of magic or anything like that that I
Unfor-
might be able to follow.
Unfortunately,
Footprints
it
that
doesn't
are fresh.
do. Yeah, there would be potentially. So either survive. I mean, you could do investigation. That's probably what you're gonna go with again. But there's the detect magic shows exact object locations. There's not trails of magic.
Right, I know, but that doesn't mean the DM knows, so you can always rephrase things to make it fib your way through it, and sometimes you get away.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know things a lot, and if I don't, I'm like, that doesn't sound right? I don't want that to work that way. Is that really how it works? That's why I pause and go, sometimes because I have to read information. Um, the You got a 20 on your history. Do the investigation check again.
Okay.
Okay, good. It's going west towards the courtyard.
Alright, I would run and catch up to him.
Okay. I doubt stealth is a thing.
I'm not trying to be stealthy, I want them to know I'm chasing them.
Great. We're gonna do a chase scene. He's gonna start running away as a giant 500-pound turtle is chasing him down an alleyway at this point. He's gonna run away. I would run away if a 500-pound turtle was chasing at me.
I'll just yell out as he looks at me and starts to run away. I'll just yell out, "We can do this the easy way or the hard way. I'm just looking for a specific book. I know magic missile.
There's a
You
whole
are not
library
out of
back there.
range.
Go away. Go find a different book. And it goes,
I'm looking for a specific book."
aren't we all? As he keeps running.
Okay. Um, all right. I guess it's, whoever has the higher speed.
Well,
Because
yeah, hold on.
if he starts getting away from me, I'm gonna fucking magic missile his ass in his foot.
Okay,
Try to shoot his leg off balance.
hold on.
Because it is force damage, I believe. I wouldn't try to do the damage. I just want to hit his foot and force his leg out from underneath him.
Repeat that.
Magic missile is force damage.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than hitting him with the force damage, and hurting him. I just want to hit his foot and use the force to kick his foot out from underneath him.
Right.
Using magic missile to trip, since it automatically hits. Nothing saying I can't do it.
Right. Give me a second.
Okay.
I need to test something. Nope. I need to verify. Okay. Cool.
Rule of
Okay,
cool.
so let's do incorrect. Let's do that'll
I
happen
tried.
as long as there's not a reward from it. And if it is, it has to be impressive, not just I cast magic missile out his foot. Let's do initiative. So let's do. I'll add a U, and I'll add a commoner. COMMON. Mines. And because of the way this works, we can actually do it up like this. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Great. And then I can add the other. And I can make him invisible when he goes around corners. From your line of sight where you currently are. And it's 30 from you is where I'm starting him.
Why does he have a 30-foot head start? He was walking, I was running. And you said I was down the alleyway. Just
Well, you're down the alleyway.
Aw. All right. Fine.
Roll a d100. We'll divide the result. We'll round it up to 5 and then divide the result by 2, and that's how far away he is from you. Meaning he could be closer, but he could also be farther. 100, not 20.
That was initiative.
Oh, okay.
I was rolling the first thing you told me to roll
Oh,
first.
that's fair. And then roll combat. Roll in PC.
A D100, and you said divide it by what?
Round up, divide it by 2. So just roll the 100, and then we'll do the math manually from there. Wow, 19.
That's still the D20. Oh, that's the commoner's initiative.
Okay, cool. Divided by, rounded up to 5. Divided by that, he's closer.
He's 10 feet away. Woohoo! Yay for low rolls.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, to be fair, I said it, that's what I said. It could have been up to 50 feet away to start off. So, all right, it's gonna go first and go 5, 10, 15, and then go around the corner. So, 20. Oh, you have DM vision though. That doesn't do anything. You can still you can keep yourself away.
I don't see anything. I'm looking at Lytharion.
Okay, great. I know you have the ability to separate it anyway.
Yeah.
So, and it's gonna do a dash action. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Start combat. And your turn.
I'm gonna run around the corner. Do I see anything? Footsteps on the floor.
You can do an investigation check. And it does not count as action or bonus. It's just you can do 1 mental related check per round.
All right.
He has gone southwest through the further alleyway. Yep.
Okay.
You know the direction he's going based off of what's there.
Okay. When I get to where is that? 35. So that's 30. When I get to here, do I see him?
Yep. So let me uncover.
Okay. I am going to depending on how you answer this question, will determine what I'm going to do.
Sure.
If I was to where is it? Damn it, where is it? Never mind. Action search. That's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
I'll use my action surge to move up to him and grapple him.
Okay.
Is that DC 13, I believe?
Yours was 14.
Mine is 14. Yep.
This is the second academic individual that you've grappled in 2 minutes.
I'll just say, look, dude, I'm not trying to cause problems with people. I'm just trying to find a fucking book that somebody lost. And all you motherfuckers keep being all kinds of shady. I'm a goddamn soldier. I've chased down more people than have ever run away from you. I'm 500 fucking pounds. Do you think you're gonna get away? I just need to look at your fucking book, dude.
He doesn't have a bag of holding. He just has it in a backpack. You can see through the material for it,
Okay.
so you're aware.
So does he still look like he's pulling away, trying to run away?
It
Or
depends
has he
on your
stopped?
intimidation check, because that's you're trying to attempt to do social interactions as somebody who's bad at charisma.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Normal or advantage? Because I'm 520 pounds of turtle that just chased him down.
You could do advantage. Your charisma's awful. There you go.
That's so much better. Because one of those was an 8.
Well, even if it wasn't, it would have been a natural 20 anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, so
As my entire turtley shell vibrates with frustration and gives off a little bit of a like, whoa.
He hands over the book that is dark red in its tint and talks about conjuration, I guess, summoning familiars and summoning aberrations and spirits.
Okay, but does it match the description that was given to me
Incorrect. The
of
description
the
was
book?
black, matte black, and it's red with talking about something else.
Okay. All right, not
Keep,
the book.
keep in
It was as
mind.
easy as
Keep in mind. Do a history check for your character.
okay.
You can do advantage. That's fine.
Right. I'm glad you said that.
Didn't matter.
Same roll. Yeah.
Go ahead and say what you were gonna say.
Um, where did you get this book?
I got it from the library.
Why did you take it out of the library?
because there was somebody who was chasing people who were going through books, and I didn't want to deal with and potentially being the one, so I just walked out. I was gonna deal with it, come back, do a loop of the block, and come back.
Take the fucking book back to the goddamn library and stop taking books out of the library. That's what the last guy tried to do. Tried to throw it in a bag of holding and take it out of the fucking library.
Okay, and he's gonna go away. He's just gonna. Just, did you release him from the grasp yet?
I don't know. I think I would walk him back to the library, knowing that he took the book from the library. I would walk him back to the library.
Okay.
So we'll walk back, take him back to the library, and say, I want to see you put that book back on the shelf.
But
Because you seem shady as fuck.
you know that if I put it back on the shelf, I could just come back and pick it up again.
Yeah, but then I'm not here watching you run out of the library with a book.
Oh, okay.
Then it's no longer my problem. I have no moral obligation to stop you.
Okay. He, without hesitation, puts the book back and then blinks at you.
I don't like that wink, sir.
It was
I think I'm going to stay here.
Blink.
Oh, blinks at me. Okay. I thought you
just
said
once.
wink.
Nope. He's just like, now what?
Just once. That's a wink.
Nope. Not
2
with one
times is a
eye.
blink.
He blinks with each eye at the same time.
No, he's a fucking weirdo. He blinks with one eye at a time.
Yeah,
Blink,
like a lizard.
blink, open, open. All right. Did the contents of that specific book seem to be the type of book that I'm looking for?
You
I don't remember if he
did
stated what
not
kind
get
of
the kind of
information.
context of the book,
Okay.
which
So
probably
just
would be helpful.
okay.
But to be honest, he thought the description was enough. Didn't take into consideration that people could just alter the appearance of the book.
Okay.
Which literally means any of the 3 books that you've already seen could be the one he's actually looking for.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit. Things don't fit to the turtle. He doesn't understand why you would pay 50 gold to retrieve a necrophilia book
True.
or a book on conjuring familiars that's readily available in a library
Or spirits or
or
aberrations.
spirits or aberrations. That's all of that would probably be regularly available in a library.
Correct.
If he knows about it and knows what it is, he's probably already read similar books.
Probably.
So he doesn't think that would be special enough to warrant 50 gold to locate. So let's see. Has that guy left the House of Wonder, or is he still standing there?
Oh, he'll just go away once you just don't interact with him for a few seconds.
Okay. So he's not standing there staring at me,
Nope,
waiting for me
he
to
just-
leave so he can grab the book back off the shelf.
No, he's more clever than that. He'll wait. You just told him, as long as I don't see you take it. So he's just gonna leave. He leaves the whole House of Wonder.
Okay. I'll walk over to what seems to be the central person in charge and point out the book to them and
Okay.
say, somebody just tried to run out of here with that book. You might want to have somebody keep an eye on it, because I told him that I would stop him if I was here, but that I wouldn't be here to stop him all the time. And somebody else would be responsible for stopping him.
I understand. All of our books have divination on them. We have a way to track them all.
Would you be able to tell me if that specific book had divination on it?
If you can bring it over here.
I'll go grab it and bring it over to her.
There is no trace of divination magic on it. All of the other books, a majority of them seem to.
I'm taking that book.
Okay.
If this isn't part of the library, I'm taking it.
Okay.
Thank you. And I'm gonna walk out the door. I'm going to that fucking place.
Okay.
That hinted to me that it did not belong in that library, and I'm taking it to the guy, and I'm gonna ask him if that's his book.
Sure.
So skip over. I'm
All the
gonna
others.
actively avoid the um.
Thieves ambush.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. I should actually probably hold on, let me delete these other markings here. I should probably actually hide that information, the thieves ambush, from players, because they're going to be thieves ambush. Go around that.
Yeah. Well, I know about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that if
yeah.
if it
So
was
we can just
me.
say if it was you walking through. I mean, you can also just. I don't know how to do that, but you can DMC it so you can remember that it's there.
Right. Well, I can remember that it's there anyway. I remember where I've been.
Yeah.
Okay. Book will be actively hidden in my backpack.
Okay.
Can you see my line?
I do.
Okay. That's what is that? 1,140 feet.
Something like that. 245.
No, it was 1,140 feet.
Oh, I only see the one, two. Oh, it just. I mean, it says on mine. Oh, I guess it's because I can't see the number at the very end. It might be.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I see.
245 feet after this 55 feet that he just hit is 245 feet in a straight line. I looked at it before I hit spacebar to see what the total was. It was 1,140.
Would you be distracted by good smelling food?
No,
Great.
he's a soldier on a mission.
That
Straight
was your
line.
random encounter. Was a positive good
Okay.
smelling food encounter. I rolled
No,
a d4, 1, 2 good, 3, 4 bad.
I get pretty good food at that.
True.
They got bread.
Yep.
It's fresh bread.
True. Excellent. You arrive back at the establishment, and as he expects
Love you too.
nobody to be there, he's still just it's at a table grumpily scrawling down nonsensical garble from your perspective on a mass table, like with a mass accumulation of scrolls. Hold on,
Okay.
give me a
I'm gonna
second.
walk
Give
up.
me one second. One second. Thought I heard somebody knock
Okay.
on my door. Okay, yeah, that could be it. I thought I heard somebody knocking, but incorrect. So the individual was there.
Okay. I will walk up and set the book down in front of him and say, "Is this your book?
Is this your card? Uh,
Is this your book?"
heck. On a one, it's not. Okay, great.
Just bring him some random fucking black book.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind this one was marked as red on the outside.
Yeah, that's fine.
Uh, yes, it seems to have its information scraped off. or removed somehow. But on the outside. But yes, this is the book, and he'll do some form of minor dispel magic that alters the discoloration of the book. So now it's back to matte black with the the pages on the side being matte black as well.
Alrighty. I will stand there and stare at him intently.
5 platinum is what he gives you.
Okay.
Just matter of fact business exchange. Doesn't say anything, just knows that that's the value for it.
I'll take the 5 platinum
Mhm.
and say, do you have uh enough gold to split this 1 platinum into gold?
I do here, and he'll trade that
Okay.
out.
So I got 4 platinum and 10 gold.
Yep.
All right. I will put the 4 platinum, 10 gold, or 2 platinum, and uh 5 gold into my bag, into my pouch for all my gold,
Okay.
and I will keep the rest in my hand in like a very firm, like, if somebody steals from me, they steal from me, but nobody is taking this gold because it's not mine.
Okay.
In a very closed hand. I'm not advertising that I have something in my hand, but it probably looks like I'm walking around with a clenched fist, like
It
I'm
looks
pissed
like you're
off.
just it just looks like you're angry.
So I will carry that back to the uh what's that place called? The Drunkard, Great Drunkard.
Okay. Neat. All right, you arrive back safely.
All right, I assume that's a stopping point because we'll see if she's there, and if she's there, I'll hand her the uh her half of the job
Okay.
gold.
Yeah, I'd say she's not here right now.
Okay.
So we will end there for this one, and hopefully we
All
can
right.
do more because the other ones I think go out of the city.
Yeah.
So
And I will
potentially,
take a short or long rest, whatever you deem is the case, for uh,
either works.
waiting for her.
We'll do
Because I,
probably a short. She said she would
I really
go there
didn't
and
take
back.
very long to find the stuff that I was supposed
Yeah,
to be
it
finding.
wouldn't
It
be
was
8
really
hours
quick.
though. It would be a short rest.
Okay.
So do you
Uh,
understand the mechanics on how the long rest system would work based off of
uh,
what I've put in there?
I assume that the only change is that you don't heal to full health.
Correct.
Do you
Um,
heal at all other than hit
so
points?
if you go to uh, if you spend hit dice, yes. Otherwise, no. Um, if you open your character sheet, you can edit. You can do the short rest, and it'll pop up an option to spend the hit dice.
Mm-hmm.
You can spend as many as you want to during a short rest. Same as a long rest. However, you will only gain any back at all at the end of a long rest, and you will gain 1. So at the end of a long rest, you spend whatever hit dice you want. Then after you've spent all that you want, you get 1 back. So if you were to use 2 now, if you use 1 and you hit 32, and then you use second, you would go into temporary hit points.
Okay, so I selected to use a D10, and it didn't do anything.
Because your hit die is a d6.
I have 2 D10 and 1 D6.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you have to select your D10 and then click the roll button on right next to it.
I thought that's what I did,
There it is.
and then I took it. There we go.
Cool. So 6. So you're there now.
Yeah, I'm at
And
full now.
let me check. So you have your D10 and D6 left.
Yep.
If you spend one, you would gain whatever it rolls as temporary.
Right. I don't care about doing that.
Great. But that's how that
So
would work.
how do you regain hit dice then?
So if you click the gear for the character sheet, and then next to hit die is another gear, you can just put up one based off of what you're missing.
No, mechanically. You
You
run out of hit dice,
you have
and then what?
you have to take a long rest and get one back after you've spent hit dice if you spend any at all.
Okay, so you can spend a long rest to
Gain one.
gain all of your stuff back and gain a hit dice,
All of your
or
abilities
you
and
can,
a hit die. A single hit
or
die.
or all of your abilities and use a hit die.
Both. So you can use any of your hit dice at the end of a long rest. Then once that phase of a long rest is done, you go to the second phase where it's just gain one hit die.
Okay, so I just used one, so now I gain one.
Incorrect,
If I do,
because it's
but,
if you do a long rest.
right. So if I'm doing a long rest
Right
and
now
I
you're doing a
use
short.
one hit die, right. So if I do a long rest and I use one hit die at the end of the long rest, that hit die comes back.
Yes.
Okay.
So it allows you to effectively regenerate one hit die at the end of a long rest.
Okay.
So if you're at max
That's fine.
health, then you get a... Yeah, because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't like you get to choose either use one or lose one. Because that way you're still regenerating a guarantee of hit die, even if you have 0. You gain something from some health back from a long rest. And then still have
Okay.
one that you can use later. But if you use them all throughout the day, you don't get one during your long rest. Like, you don't get one to spend because you're at 0. Then the second phase, you gain one.
Right. Okay. That works.
Yeah. So it's a resource to save if you want to save it for a long rest or not. But that way it rewards you for being at a high health because then, and for healing people, because then people can get temporary if they spend a hit die and then get it back at the afterwards.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That was the temporary hit die was Homestead's idea if you're at full health. So she gave that to everybody. That was not my idea. But
Okay.
I liked it, so I added it. But I just want to give her credit, that's all.
Alrighty. Well,
Right.
I'm glad we got through that little book section, and we are ready to go for the next one, which is when?
Good question. I think it's Thursday. From my understanding, if I look at the events, close that. Events. I don't have a next one for you and her. So that's stuff you'll have to talk about. I have
Like that?
Yep. I have one for I have 2 for Homestead scheduled. So Homestead is another person who seems to be pretty heavily invested in this campaign. You, Siren, and Homestead are the ones that are actively wanting to participate.
How close is Homestead to Waterdeep?
She's in.
Oh, she's in Waterdeep?
Well, she has one for getting there. So after Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern, she will be in Waterdeep. So if you have one
Oh,
scheduled for
okay.
Thursday night or Thursday afternoon, she'll be available for that if you scheduled it with her after that. Actually,
Okay.
let me verify.
Maybe we can
I
try to
can
do an encounter on the road to like meet her as we're leaving town to go do this job, and then maybe she can join in on the job.
sure. I'll force the encounter to go that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, a week from this Thursday is session start, a campaign start.
All right. Campaign start is when?
A week from this coming Thursday at 8 p.m.
At night.
Eastern.
Okay. So we have Thursday, and then we might get one more session in, depending on availability, before the 9th.
Yeah, and I don't know if I mean it really depends. You have to talk with everybody else because mine. I'm gonna end the recording here.